Judgment is an easy trap for you to fall into. And it begins with comparison. Jesus said, "Don't judge." Good morning and welcome to 755 Live. For about 5 minutes, you'll hear all about easy to remember soundbite versions of what Jesus said. And the point is to help you experience life to the fullest, the Jesus way. Today's Jesus said comes from Matthew 7, 1 through 3, and you'll find that at our Bible plan at bible.today.church. But we're going to read through verse 5 today in Matthew 7 for some context. So let's begin reading in the NET translation today, where Jesus said, "Do not judge so that you will not be judged. For by the standard you judge, you will be judged. And the measure you use will be the measure you receive. Why do you see the speck in your brother's eye, but fail to see the beam of wood in your own? Or how can you say to your brother, 'Let me remove the speck from your eye,' while there is still a beam in your own? You hypocrite, first remove the beam from your own eye, and then you can see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye." Now, as I think about this, what Jesus is saying here is basically a beam or a stick, a 2x4 in your eye, and you're worried about a little splinter, a speck in someone else's eye. Comparison is, it is deadly. I don't know if you remember the comedian who said, "I know you are, but what am I?" I can't even say his name without a straight face, and I'm not going to say it here. But comparison is so destructive and deadly. I mean, Jesus said that we would be known not by how we compared one another, but how we loved one another. And it's more like we think Jesus said that the world will know us by how we loathe one another. There's just so much conflict and so much finger pointing, even among those who call themselves Christian. And many times we also point fingers at the world. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have any standards. That's not what this is about. But in Luke 18, there was this religious person who was praying, and he was praying, "God, I thank you that I'm not like, that bad sinner over there. I do this, and I do this, and I do this." And he was comparing himself to the sinner. And Jesus said that the sinner just cried out, "Lord, have mercy on me, a sinner." He didn't even lift up his eyes. He was humble. And it says that the sinner went home justified, and the one who thought he was righteous didn't. That's how deadly judgment is. In Romans 14:4, it says, "Who are you to pass judgment on another's servant? Before his own master he stands or falls, and he will stand, for the Lord is able to make him stand." You see, you aren't the referee. And on a football team, every player, every staff member, every helper, every trainer is important, just as important, even the water boy. And we in the kingdom are the water boy. We have living water. And we're supposed to overcome evil with good. That's our job. Why? Well, if you are a Christian and you're right about what you believe, then being right isn't something that you or I can take credit for. It's a gift that can't be earned or deserved. So how can you judge someone else for not having something that you received as a free gift? It's not all about you. It's not all about me. 1 Corinthians 10:24 says, "Do not seek your own good, but the good of another person." And judging and condemning in comparison isn't helpful, it's hurtful. And it's no compromise of my faith and standards to love someone who doesn't have those standards. See, judgment and mercy don't mix. James talks about this in James 2:13. He says that judgment is merciless for the one who has shown no mercy, but mercy triumphs over judgment. And that's why Jesus said, "Don't judge, or you will be judged." So how can you put that into action today. Thank you so much for listening. If this is meaningful to you, it does mean a lot when you like it, when you share it, when you comment. I really appreciate you. I hope that you have an amazing day. And I hope this time together has helped you live life to the fullest, the Jesus way. And remember, follow Jesus today. Love first.